Lewis Hamilton has finally accomplished his lifelong dream of becoming a Ferrari F1 driver. The seven-time champion confirmed his move to F1's most successful team before the 2024 season, his final year with Mercedes. The British driver has signed a £39 million a year contract, rising to £83 million with bonuses. That runs until 2026 with the option of a further year. The Brit is now the second seven-time champion to race for Ferrari after Michael Schumacher. Heading into 2025, Lewis Hamilton is looking to grab a record 8th title with the Maranello outfit. Driving for Ferrari will bring huge pressure on the 40-year-old to deliver results, especially given the disappointing end to his stint at Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton finished 7th in the Drivers' Championship in 2024, the lowest finish of his career. But the fresh start at Ferrari is looking like the motivation he needs. Fans have noticed Hamilton looks more joyous at Ferrari as he greeted his new colleagues at the Maranello factory. Hamilton's move to the famous Red Team is arguably the biggest transfer in F1 history. Fans and pundits across the world are eagerly awaiting the Brit's first race with the team after seeing him in testing. Hamilton conducted his first test with Ferrari in the SF23 at the team's private Fiorano circuit. The 40-year-old had his family in attendance to see the historic moment. Thousands of Ferrari fans also turned up to watch the incredible spectacle. Interest in Hamilton's first Ferrari outing was so intense that the mayor of Maranello declared a state of emergency to help the police with the traffic in the small town. The most successful driver in history, together with the most successful team, Lewis Hamilton and Scuderia Ferrari, a combination that promises to be explosive for the upcoming season right around the corner. An image that, until a year ago, seemed unthinkable is now a reality. The seven-time Formula One world champion crossed the gates of Maranello for the first time on January 20th, officially beginning his adventure in red. From the early hours of the morning, a group of fans gathered outside the Ferrari racing division, eager to welcome the new flag-bearer of the team. In a video released on their social channels, the Italian side tells the story of the first days of the English driver in Ferrari attire, showing the first interactions with a completely new environment. The first day in red officially began at around 10:05 a.m., captured by the cameras of some fans who had been there from the very early hours of the morning. Lewis Hamilton was greeted at the Ferrari Racing Division by team principal Frédéric Vasseur, Chief Executive Officer Benedetto Vigna, and President John L. Can. As seen in the recent video released by Ferrari, Lewis Hamilton initially toured the various departments and offices, with handshakes exchanged with the staff. Also welcoming him were sporting director Diego Ioverno and head of strategy Ravan Jain. The seven-time world champion stated that he had been waiting for that day for a long time and was very happy to meet all the staff. He added that he couldn't wait to get started. Later in the day, Lewis Hamilton visited the Department of Historic Road Cars from the Prancing Horse. The Brit chose the F40, his favorite supercar, to pose for a photo that was later published on the team's social media. A photo that, by the way, broke the record for the most likes on a Formula One-related image. Finally, the British champion also paid tribute to the house and offices of Drake Enzo Ferrari, completing a true, full immersion into the history of the Maranello team. To end the day, the seven-time Formula One world champion also took selfies and signed autographs for the many fans present at the exit of the Maranello headquarters. On Tuesday, the first real day of technical activity took place. Lewis Hamilton carried out several simulator sessions to familiarize himself with the new mechanical systems, particularly the power unit, gearbox, and braking system, which are significantly different from those of Mercedes. The first technical briefings with the engineers were also held, and in preparation for Wednesday, the seat fit with the SF23 was completed under the supervision of his race engineer, Riccardo Adami. Notably, the Briton will take teammate Charles Leclerc's steering wheel as a reference point, making small adjustments based on his preferences. Additionally, significant modifications to the pedal assembly were requested from the engineers. During the day, there were also marketing activities and a photo shoot featuring Lewis Hamilton in the red racing suit and his new helmet in Modena yellow, which would make its on-track debut the following day. Like the rest of the week, Wednesday started under a thick fog. January 22, 2025, is a historic day, Lewis Hamilton's first on-track test in a Ferrari. Everything was set on the SF23, finalized in the last hours of Tuesday for the TPC session at Ferrari's home circuit in Fiorano. In the garage, alongside Charles Leclerc and Frédéric Vasseur, Lewis Hamilton's parents were also present, while from a technical perspective, Matteo Toninelli, head of track performance, and newly appointed deputy team principal, Jerome D'Ambrosio, were overseeing operations. At 9:16 a.m., Lewis Hamilton exited the garage for the first time for the customary installation lap, immediately returning to provide initial technical feedback to the engineers. Shortly after, he went back out on track for a more extended run of about 30 laps on slick tires. Lewis Hamilton then shared his emotions. The British driver expressed that driving at Fiorano for the first time felt like a dream come true and that he was thrilled to share the moment with his parents. He likened the experience to a first day at work or school. After completing the program around lunchtime, the seven-time world champion was met by an enthusiastic crowd, displaying a level of excitement not seen in nearly 30 years since the era of Michael Schumacher. As Ferrari fans chanted his name, he couldn't help but acknowledge them with a wave. Lewis Hamilton will face the daunting prospect of needing to integrate himself into a new team with a new engine and a new language. But the 40-year-old has looked to quickly embrace Ferrari's culture. The British driver addressed his colleagues in Italian at his recent factory visit, something Michael Schumacher always avoided, showing how motivated he is to make this stint in his incredible career a success. Taking on Charles Leclerc will be no easy feat given the Monegasque driver's experience with the Maranello outfit, but Lewis Hamilton's confidants think he can reach a new level if Ferrari can give him a winning car. At the same time, Lewis Hamilton's qualifying performances especially will be under the magnifying glass when the 2025 Formula One Championship gets underway in less than 1 month. Considering his new Maranello teammate at Ferrari, Charles Leclerc, is regarded as one of the fastest drivers on the F1 grid over 1 lap. But with Ferrari team boss Frédéric Vasseur never shy to stress that the points are scored on Sunday, a lot of F1 experts and paddock insiders expect the former Mercedes driver to be just fine in that regard. Ferrari chiefs expect Lewis Hamilton to be their #1 driver in 2025. If he can find the groove in the SF25 single-seater, which will hit the track at Fiorano in just 2 days, the Brit must be considered a serious contender to dethrone Max Verstappen this season. Ferrari team principal Frédéric Vasseur was remaining true to a stance he had first adopted at the 2024 Qatar Grand Prix, where Lewis Hamilton's "definitely not fast anymore" admission was brought up to the French manager. Frédéric Vasseur pointed to the preceding Las Vegas Grand Prix, where Lewis Hamilton had qualified in 10th place only, but recovered to a second-place finish on race day, as George Russell led a Mercedes 1-2 across the line.